Hello, what's up, you guys? How is it going today? Let's first take a sip. Hydrate. This is herbal blend tea that I'm drinking. When I was pregnant, there were a lot of herbs that I couldn't consume because it could be harmful. And I'm still breastfeeding, but my baby is strong, and he's 15 months now, so I can go back to my herbs and tonics and cleansing. I'm drinking butterfly pea flowers, which are blue flowers, which if you use a bigger amount of it, produces a beautiful blue tea. It's amazing. I also have some hibiscus flowers, ginger, cut ginger, calendula, and what else? Jarrow, and there was something else. I'm not gonna take another sip. So today I want to discuss three main topics actually. And is this a coincidence that my locks are like this? Probably not. If you watched my video yesterday, you might already know what I'm talking about. And if you have been following my channel and watching several videos, you have noticed that I do this almost in every video. Put on oil. It's an oil blend that I made myself, and I'm going to create those for you as well. You can purchase them. So there are three main topics. Two decks that I want to share. So this video is about symbolism. I'm going to share some research of mine that synchronizes with Easter, synchronizes with the time that we live in now during the year, springtime, and two decks. So first, let me grab my journal. This is a journal that I bought in 2008 when I was heavily healing. I was healing from complex post-traumatic stress disorder, which was diagnosed in 2009 or 10. Yes, which came from 2005 actually, and then I experienced several traumas, which in 2015 ended up being, combined with depression and burnout. And during that time, I hadn't heard anybody speak about burnout yet. Nowadays, everybody has a burnout, which is difficult for you guys, but it's also a wonderful thing, even though it doesn't seem like it, because this is a grand portal towards healing, and towards awakening. But anyways, when I was in 2018, I was living with my aunt, not a blood aunt, but it's my mom's best friend, and I love her very much. And I was living with her and my niece because I lost my house, and that year really gave me space. Where is it? And I found this journal back. This is about Oya. And I was doing, not daily, but almost daily, writing notes about the things that I'm thankful for, just random inspiration for paintings. But there was also chakra work. But there was also, where is it? A paper full of notes about, yes, here it is, the 3 hares. And if you want, you can click pause. So I'm sharing my notes here. And why? Oh yeah, Susie. Susie, my girl, if you're watching this, you have, I think when you were here at Nuvayo's birthday, you were wearing a suit. Was it from Nike? No. That had the 3 hairs on it. That's what first reminded me of the symbolism that I was studying it. And then yesterday or 2 days ago, well, obviously it's Easter, so, you know, bunnies, hares. Oh yeah. Exactly. The Pagan Cat Tarot. So this is a deck that I want to share, and I think I'm going to make a separate video. I have this deck for 3 years or something, and I bought it because I thought it was cute. I love cats, I love paganism, and it's not sure how you call it, a pocket size or something. You see, it's very small. See how small it is? And I figured it would be nice to have a deck that I can travel with, you know, always put in my bag. I mean, I can put a regular size deck in my bag, but it's nice. But initially I bought this because it's just cute, but this deck is so deep. The images are so profound, and you can really travel in it symbolically, and I feel like it's an underrated deck, really. So I think I'm gonna do a separate video for that, maybe later today. But I was using this deck the other day, and I received the Devil card, and it's a peculiar Devil card because look at these cats. They have hare ears. And I was doing my reading, you know, and then later, or maybe it was the next day, I was listening to a YouTube video. Did I wrote it down? I wrote some stuff down. Yes. Luckily, because now I can share her name. Her channel's name is Queen Mother Imaku. Queen Mother Imaku. Check her channel out. And so she was talking about the Egyptian hare, and also the link that it has to Easter and everything. But what was interesting is that at the same reading, when I got this Devil card, I also got, I just put it aside, the Justice card, which has an Sphinx cats, Egyptian Sphinx cats. Well, this is a bit annoying because I just had it here, which was just a double synchronism. So first this, and then the Justice card. So the link to Egypt, and then the next day I was listening to this video, and Queen Mother Imaku wasn't, I mean, the video was like, I don't know, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, an hour. She was talking about a whole bunch of stuff, right? So it was just a tiny part of her video. And that made me realize, oh yeah, that Devil card with the ears, the bunny ears, and the hare ears. And she mentioned going down the rabbit hole is an initiation into deeper spiritual layers and of sacred workings. And also going that hares go into the earth to protect themselves. And obviously ears, hearing. Was that all from the notes? Sphinx cat, yes. And then, yeah, the Wildwood Tarot also has the hares. Yesterday was an amazing synchronism because I wanted to show you this one, and I grabbed the deck and it was at the bottom of the deck. Um, so yeah, I wanted to share these things. I'm already in 10 minutes. If you're still here, shout out to you. Um, yeah, so these notes, let's go through them together because it was from 2018. So and it's universal, the symbolism of the hare. So for example, here from the Aztecs, um, it is a good omen, the bringer of the dawn, the creator of new life, Easter Bunny, spring and new moon. But I think right now isn't it? Oh, that's not my phone. Isn't it full moon? I used to know what phase of the moon it is all the time. I've been making moon calendars years ago, and my menstrual cycle was so in tune with the moon, but um, after I gave birth, things has changed. So I'm a little bit, yeah, it's just changed. But anyways, mm, waakzaamheid. What is that word again? Yeah, and they're swift animals. So this card, the ears, if you look at these ears, so the devil card speaks about addictions and mental imprisonment, mental slavery, and seduction and being manipulated, and not yet realizing that you are being controlled by something other than yourself, basically. So this cat has these hair ears hanging down, which to me depicts that she isn't able to use her senses, and particularly the senses of hearing, which is about receiving sounds and, being able to process and translate what information means, what words mean. But it's more than that. It's also the invisible sounds, the vibrational, the vibrations, Wi-Fi, the information that you cannot see but is vibrating through you. And I speak about this more and more. When you are high sensitive, or you are becoming high sensitive, because I believe that everybody can become high sensitive and increase that on more levels. But this cat is like in the minus. It's, and also his or her tongue, because red and white cats are female. Her tongue is green, and she has this weird as facial expression, as if she is intoxicated, influenced under drugs or something. And when I think about messages that come to me so many times, so often, simply by observing what's going on in the world and how people behave, especially in relation to how strong or weak they are connected to their selves, their higher selves. So a reminder is to truly listen, yeah, figuratively and literally. I think many people take their senses for granted. It's for them, maybe something, it's obvious that it's there. But let's become or stay aware of the fact that even though we experience and we receive information from our environments through our senses, I think most information isn't really registered. So the brain and the subconscious does register it, you know, does receive it, but we do not really process it, and we're not aware of the most of it. But it is there. Um, it has an influence on our system, on all levels, our physical, mental, and spiritual. And the more you become aware of that, the more you become aware of the actual amount of information that you receive and what it does to all your systems, or all your layers, all your layers of being, and what influence you have on filtering it, or blocking it, or transmuting it. That those are keys in which you can master yourself, and help yourself to be healthy, and so to be happy, and live your full potential, live your life by the fullness of yourself. And also, in that sense, yeah, I guess being sovereign, deciding what your reality is, have a say in what your reality is. And then the other cat has the ears um, in a very alert state. So she is receiving these vibrational um, hidden information, but she seems as if she is in a shock state, and that reminds me of people that are in a next level. So this is minus, and this is like level 1. People that are suddenly awakening to the shits, that are opening up and realizing what is going on, but they're in a shock state because now suddenly everything that used to be the truth now isn't. So this whole net of safety suddenly is the opposite, is danger, and they can be in a shock state for a while, for a short period of time, sometimes for a long period of time. And they need and they deserve to experience true safety again. And in a sense, for every person that's the same, but every person has a different formula, and for every person there's a different period of time that is needed to feel safe again. What else? Let's go to the book again, because I haven't really. So it's in Dutch. Yeah, I wrote down Eostre, Man on the Moon. It's a yin animal, feminine. Moon, fertility, rich harvest, love. In India, the Indians have this name, Manabazo, takes care of the wind and the water and transforms the animalistic part of the human. There's also a negative connotation: jokester, greedy, selfish, fraud, unreliable. Africa, Brother Rabbit, using reverse psychology to escape from a threatening situation. That I found interesting as well. Brother Rabbit using reverse psychology to escape from a threatening situation. That also reminds me of that bunny. with the ears. Well, you already know the picture. Yeah, I think it speaks for itself, but I find it interesting to not being able yet, to not feel, they don't, those people that do that, they don't feel safe enough to to truly express themselves, or they don't know how to express themselves, and they have a hard time being real, so they flip the they try to flip the reality by putting the focus on something else than them. Maybe for them it's difficult to be accountable or to feel responsible for something. They don't want to feel guilty. um, There's also a contrast: softness, homeliness, fear and courage, and open-mindedness. Sacral chakra, threefold: beautiful renewal, Egypt, creation, procreation, immortality. Its reproduction season begins in January and ends in June. Celts, goddess of the hunt. Male hares have these boxing matches, and males and females have this courtship where they also have a sort of fight. So this, maybe I'll grab the Wildwood book, because they spoke about two females, I think. In China, lang leven, veel nakomelingen, long life and a lot of reproductions. No, what there's a better word for that? Children. Protector of all the wild animals, the one who brings good into being. In Greek and Roman, it links to Aphrodite and Cupid. Cosmic form, white hair in the moon. The I'm translating it from Dutch. That creates the elixir for immortality. The China was 6th, 7th century. So my notes are all over the place. But I think, even though the information that I'm sharing here is very scattered and all over the place and chaotic, these words and these universal archetypes, stories, mythical stories, the symbolism, the words, they can spark certain inspiration in you. They can remind you, they can even make you travel back to previous lives sometimes, when you feel a certain connection, deep connection with symbolism in general. It allows you to learn more of yourself and remember parts of yourself that are very deep. Hares are more solitary and tougher than rabbits. Peace and tranquility to be. When scared, freezes on the spot. Oh, yeah. So swiftness, survival, sight and hearing. When scared, freezes on the spot. Yeah, so they have this fierceness of challenges, battles. But like I said, yeah, the ears freezes. Being scared, being in shock. So I'll continue with the Wildwood book. The Two of Stones. Ooh, my knee. That was a really good yoga posture. Oh yeah, and then side note, I have a new deck, but I'm gonna make another video. The Medicine Woman Tarot, which is so different from the decks that I have, so it's nice adding to my collection, because I don't really like to have decks that are too similar, because what's the point? I rather strengthen and deepen my relationship with a particular deck than have decks that are too similar. Two stones. Where are the stones? Here. Challenge. 2 low worn stones stand side by side at the edge of the trees. On each one stands a hare. They are boxing furiously. Ripples of energy flow out from them as if their power and force were manifesting. Female hares box for domination and territorial rights to breed. After drawing on your grounded energy to reach self-empowerment, a position may be challenged or a struggle for control initiated by others. Learning to deal with rivalry or adversity in a dispassionate manner is a practical skill that can be used to advantage. Right, so after drawing on your grounded energy to reach self empowerment, a position may be challenged or a struggle for control initiated by others. That I found interesting as well, how it connects to this other deck, the Pagan Cat Tarot. Because, when you have been studying yourself, have been analyzing yourself, have been reconnecting and getting to know yourself, and even when you have been grounding yourself in that and have been growing your roots stronger and are more confident now, you will continuously, experience situations and people that, I don't know, for so many reasons, feel threatened by that and try to take that away from you. And you will be tested again to keep reconnecting to your roots. Trees, I mean, if you simplify it, trees also keep growing their roots. That work is never done really, because you keep it, you have to keep growing. A position may be challenged or a struggle for control initiated by others. Learning to deal with rivalry or adversity in a dispassionate manner is a practical skill that can be used to advantage. So many challenges or rivalries are born of insecurity and subconscious issues with peers and colleagues. Yeah, so when people try to dominate you, it comes from a place of insecurity and they feel threatened. So it's a survival instinct. They first need to feel safe again before they will stop trying to dominate you. And it depends on what type of relationship you have with the person, as far how far you have responsibility in that. In some cases it's really up to them and it's not your business. In other cases, um, you chose a certain relationship with the person, so it is your business. But at the end of the day, it's their own responsibility. But we can help each other. Usually it is these emotions rather than actual malice or personal ill will that dictates a rival's mistrust or undermining of your efforts. Yeah, these emotions, in my journal I wrote down the sacral chakra as well. A lot of sacral chakras are blocked, which is very logical because a lot of root chakras are blocked. The safety again, if you don't feel safe, you can't create. If you don't feel safe, there's no safe space for your emotions to be there. Yeah, so if you experience people who are trying to dominate you, don't take it personal. It's really about them. If people are trying to dominate you, don't take it personal because it's really about them. I needed to say that again. In a modern material world where so much emphasis is placed on a show of power or wealth, it is often a perceived position or status that inflames jealousy rather than the reality of a situation. Holding your own ground and defending your position at such times can be achieved by keeping in touch with pure and positive motivations and holding on to personal integrity and sincerity. Holding your own ground and defending your position at such times can be achieved by keeping in touch with pure and positive motivations and holding on to personal integrity and sincerity, which is the basis for any fair and enduring material reward or advancement. Some competition and honest differences of opinion can be productive and even beneficial. Remain clear and focused on your objectives and stay firm in your ethical efforts to proceed with a plan or project. Be yourself. Don't play a certain character because it's not going to save you. Maybe in the past it has saved you to act a certain way. Maybe a person inspired you. Maybe a person that behaved a certain way inspired you because you felt like, wow, that person is so strong and so confident, and the person gets what they want. So I'm going to act that way as well. But that's not you. That's not you, honey. Be yourself. Relearn yourself. I see so many people that I'm super sensitive for that, and I don't want to judge, and I even don't want to confront them that directly, but I see it, man. I can't not see it. I see it that so many people are playing a certain character that they're not. And many of them have been wearing that suit of that character for so long that they actually believe that they are. So it's not fully being dishonest. And it makes it so much difficult for those type of people to take off that suit and show their true selves because of these layers of fear, this shock state. What happens when I take off that suit? These are cats, they're not even hares, you know. Oh, my baby woke up, but it's, I think this was it anyways. So yeah, so this was me sharing some symbolism that I found during my healing journey that is synchronized with spring, you know, and also from the book and from Queen Mother Imako, just a little bit. So the message really is, and it often is, learn about yourself, connect with yourself. It's starting to become so cliche, but again, it's not. It's the most important door. Be with yourself as well. Do not be distracted by outside information. Spend time alone. It's so important. Know thyself. Everybody knows that saying, know thyself. Because only then you know true safety. Yeah, I'm not going to repeat myself. The things that come to my mind now, I already expressed. So thank you for being here. I appreciate it so much. Not for me, but for you, because we're in this together. And remember, this time is wonderful because never before have so many people been healing, been actively doing the work to heal. And you're so brave. You're so brave, beautiful one. You can be proud of yourself. Feel this moment, feel this bliss that you're doing better and that better days are already here. Love, pure heart. You deserve to be here. You deserve to be happy. Soften. You don't have to fight. Well, sometimes we have, but it's time for you to enjoy life. Yeah. I see you in the next video. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and leave a like. I like that. Peace. Bye.